Hello again, I'm back again with another Atlas related video inspired by the wise words of an enigma to me over on Tumblr. That means for this episode that I'm basically just going to be quoting their words verbatim. In a strange roundabout way, Weiss and her family not being able to truly redeem the SDC during the Atlas arc is weirdly poetic, even the bit where Ironwood destroys the ships. It's like the SDC and the state of Atlas had this parasitic symbiotic relationship where as long as they oppressed those whose society didn't care about, Faunus, poor, working class, Mantle in general, etc., and kept the whole system going, things were good and things never had to change for them. And then they turned against each other, and we see more and more just how much their system was built on rotten foundation. It was pretty much at the breaking point, and even when Jacques was arrested, that inequality and broken system was still there. Even when the finger quotes good corporate basically took over, the true fundamental rot was still there. And then a crisis that neither of them could hope to fight against alone, and we've seen in V3 just how poorly they managed even when working relatively in tandem, occurred that ultimately exploited this weakness. This rot in the foundation, you might say. And ultimately, even when the SDC, via Whitley, tried to redeem itself and save Mantle, it was ultimately destroyed by the authoritarian state because for all the corporation's power, its power was dependent on the state looking the other way. The state indirectly supporting it to sustain its own self-destructive war machine. Without that support, when Atlas began to cannibalize itself in a desperate attempt to preserve itself from the crisis, all the SDC's power basically meant nothing. And now, the SDC is just a hollow shell of what it used to be, and any redemption of the original is pretty much impossible. But one has to wonder if it was ever truly redeemable in the first place, or if it was just too entrenched with Atlas to ever realistically be able to do so. It seems that the only true redemption was complete destruction, and then rebirth by rebuilding from scratch. And that's all for today. Thank you for stopping by, though if you'd like to linger a moment, I would like to bring up that I do in fact have a Patreon and a Ko-fi if you'd like to support my work. This would be really appreciated, as my financial situation has gotten a bit tougher recently. Links are in the description and should be on the video if I can get that working.